Hello students, today we will study the poem My Mother at 66 by Kamla Das from CBSE Class Plus 2 English NCERT book Flamingo. Let me tell you about the poetess. Kamla Das was born in Kerala. Her subject matter is basically related to her personality, and her writings bring about true inner feelings. So students, in this touching poem, My Mother at 66, she talks about her mother and describes her feelings of affection and attachment towards her aging mother. She reflects her sudden realization that her mother has grown old and may pass away anytime. So let's begin this beautiful poem portraying mother-daughter relationship. My mother at 66. Driving from my parents' home to Cochin last Friday morning, I saw my mother beside me. Doors open mouthed, her face Asian-like that of a corpse, and realized with pain that she was as old as she looked, but soon put that thought away and looked out at young trees sprinting, the merry children spilling out their homes. But after the airport's security check, standing a few yards away, I looked again at her, when pale as a late winter's moon, and felt that old familiar ache, my childhood's fear. But all I said was, "See you soon, Amma." All I did was smile and smile and smile. Now let's begin with the explanation part. My mother at 66. Driving from my parents' home to Cochin last Friday morning, I saw my mother beside me. So, firstly, the poet draws our attention towards the age of her mother. Once the poet visited her mother. She was on her way to airport to return to Cochin. She looked at her mother, who was seated beside her in the car. Doors open mouthed, her face Asian-like that of a corpse, and realized with pain that she was as old as she looked, but soon put that thought away. Now here, her mother had dozed off to sleep, and her aging face was like the color of ash. Her mouth was open, and she compares her with a corpse, which means a dead body. Here, the poetess realizes that her mother had grown old and needed love and care. She is struck with pain of losing her mother and soon shifts her attention outside the window of her car so that she could resist the negative thoughts flashing in her mind. Next, and looked out at young trees sprinting, the merry children spilling out of their homes. How the scene outside the window is quite contrasting and changes her mood. It is full of energy and enthusiasm. Now you can make out easily the rapidly sprinting means passing trees, and children playing merrily symbolize life. It is a comparison between life and death. Her mother seems like a dead body, whereas the children are full of life. On the other hand, young trees are personified. They are running past, and on the opposite, mother looked still. Now we should proceed further. Now the poet says, but after the airport's security check, standing a few yards away, I looked again at her, wan, pale as a late winter's moon, and felt that old familiar ache, my childhood's fear. But all I said was, see you soon, Amma. All I did was smile and smile and smile. So here the poetess Kamla Das is at the airport to board the flight. It indicates separation, which creates sadness. As she bids goodbye to her mother, she again looks at her mother's pale and worn-out face. Here also, the poetess has used simile to compare her mother with a late winter's moon that also looks dull because of fog and mist. Also, she is being haunted by her childhood fear of losing her mother, which she feels earlier was temporary. But now it seems this fear will be forever, as she feels her mother is on the verge of death. She is so pained but still keeps her brave front and hides her tears and conveys her that she is enjoying her life, and in the same way her mother should also be happy. Conclusively, I would say the poem revolves around the theme of mother's advancing age and approaching end also. This poem touches upon the bonding between mother and daughter. You may go through the word meanings also. Doze, which means a short, light sleep. Ashen, very pale, like ash. Corpse, a dead body. Sprinting, here it means shooting out of the ground. Spilling, to move out in great numbers. Wan, unnaturally pale, as from physical or emotional distress. Ache means pain. Thank you.